recording.
What did the stuffing say to the turkey?
Nice. It's a Thanksgiving joke. I like it. What?
What up, sucker? What?
So into you.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I told that joke a couple weeks ago to somebody, and then I thought about it, and I was telling it to a guy, and then that just didn't quite made me a little
Uncomfortable in the loins?
uncomfortable. Yes. Yeah. I'm so into you.
Yeah, I have another joke that I showed to Shannon, or I guess it was a meme that I had copy and pasted and was sending it to, I think I sent it to you guys. Scott, I sent it to you, and I was like, is this too much for the podcast? And I had texted you about something else, and Shannon was overlooking. She saw the meme, and she was like, what is that? And I was like, I was going to use it for the podcast, but maybe not.
I think I forgot what it was, but it was a little bit, maybe a little too heavy.
That's what I thought, too. Yeah. So I'm going to take it off just in case.
Tell us now.
I'll tell you guys during the break.
Everybody's been forewarned. All the listeners have been realized that this is
earmuffs, kids.
Our listeners don't care.
All right. I'll say it during the break. So welcome back, Weekenders, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of
Pussy
Weekend from A to Z.
I don't know why that caught me as funny, but it did. Oh.
This episode covers...
Since when have we ever been safe? Sorry. Go ahead.
JP. All right. So this episode covers the weekend up to 11/23/2020, also known as a Thanksgiving episode.
Yep.
If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email us at theweekenda2z@gmail.com, or you can find us on Instant Book and Facegram at A to Z Weekend. Past that, you can go to anchor.fm/A to Z Weekend to find all 11 locations for our podcast. You can also search for us on YouTube.
Heck yeah. I'm Justin.
I'm Alan.
Bling bling, JT.
COVID-free Scott.
COVID-free Scott.
Free Scott.
It's a virus.
He made it.
Always have it.
I made it. I'm alive. I didn't have to have any animal trips. I'm looking at the lion, the free-range lion. No hospital trips, so very thankful for that.
It's good? Yeah.
Good.
I'm thinking like what I did this weekend. I don't really...
So what's everybody's plans for the holidays since we're coming up on that?
Small family get-together.
Small family get-together.
We are hanging out at the house since I've just been freed. The doctor wanted everybody else to hang out, to isolate or quarantine ourselves for the next couple of days, since just to wait to see if the kids get it or whatever. So it's just us four, the family, and we might go see a movie, rent out a theater ourselves, and then head that way. So.
Yep. We're just doing, it'll be the three of us at home. We may do something with my sister that evening, but if we do anything, it'll probably, it'll be like on their back porch. I think we've decided to do a leftover trade-off, because they're doing traditional, turkey dressing and all of that stuff. And we are not doing that. We're making pot roast because I don't like turkey.
You don't like turkey?
I don't like, listen, I like turkey sandwiches. That's fine. But as far as like the big bird, it's not my jam. And so with that being said, here's the thing. If I go somewhere and they have a turkey dinner, it's not what I would order. So why do that when we're at home with whatever? So yeah, making pot roast. I like pot roast better than I like turkey dinner.
Pot roast is good.
And here's the thing. For me, Thanksgiving, always about the sides.
Really? Favorite
Thanksgiving
side?
was off the top of my head, green bean casserole.
Cheesecake Factory brown bread.
JT, what's yours?
All of it. Green bean casserole, the mac and cheese.
No, you have to pick
corn.
one. The very top one.
When I go to Babe's Chicken, I just mix it all together.
Make one side. That's my side. I make it all together.
Oh, broccoli rice casserole. Yeah, that's my jam. It's like, hey, this is, what is it? It's broccoli and rice. That's healthy. And then you just smother the whole thing in the cheese.
Butter?
Always with the cheese. Yeah. Cheese.
What about
mushroom?
Candied yams. I don't like the mushroom or the marshmallows on top. Too sweet.
I don't really care for candied yams.
No, so my grandmother made the best candied yams because it was literally, she would make it in layers, and it was a layer of yams, and then she would put cinnamon, sugar, allspice, and then cover all of that with butter, and then do it again and again and again. So it's just yam swimming in butter with sugar and
allspice
and cinnamon and allspice, and they're
Everything
so
nice.
good. It's so good. They're gonna kill you, but they're so good.
Yeah.
Paula Dean's, man, that lady used butter on everything.
Oh yeah. Well, my grandmother was,
And racism.
born in. My grandmother was not racist, but she was born and raised in North Carolina. So it was one of those things where, everything is, what do you cook it? How do you cook it? Do you put butter on it, or you salt the hell out of it?
Yeah. All right, guys.
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay. I don't really have tech news per se, except for Xbox Live or Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Good luck trying to find them anywhere. The word on the street says Walmart's the place to go, because Walmart's actually announcing, "Hey, we're getting new stock on this day." So at this specific time.
PlayStation said they've sold out everything.
Yeah, well, Walmart's saying they're going to get more stock. By the time this comes out, it'll be late, but Walmart's getting more stock tomorrow.
What I'm thankful for this year is that there's not a crazy just one day of sales. They've kind of spread it out,
which is great. And there's a lot of stores out there that are closed, that have not normally, but they are closing on Thanksgiving. Like Target closed on Thanksgiving, Walmart closed on Thanksgiving. So hopefully this is a trend that we see into the future, and it's not like everybody has to have. I mean, if you're going to buy holiday presents, you don't have to have your sales all start on one day, so people line up at for midnight sales and
brawl it out and fight and whatnot.
Yeah, there's no reason to do that.
But isn't that the holiday spirit? I mean, come on,
Colorado. Wait, is it In-N-Out? Is it Colorado? I think I read where they opened an In-N-Out there, and there was lines and people fighting.
Yeah, two locations, and there were 14-hour waits.
14-hour waits for In-N-Out.
It's not that good.
Not that good.
Well, remember when the first one?
Burger. Come on.
Same thing happened here.
Well, they weren't 14 hours. It was a couple of hours, 2-3 hour wait to get an In-N-Out burger. And as a kid, and as a guy that spent part of his childhood in Southern California, I didn't mind waiting for 45 minutes to get a burger, because it brought back all the childhood memories.
It's like when that Filipino fast food place opened up, Jollibee. I mean, the first week it was packed too. It's like, it's true they don't have many of those, because there's one in Houston. I think it's the only nearest one, but still, nothing is worth waiting for. Not even sex and marriage.
Oh, whoa. I wait on sex every day.
What is
this is the single guy, JT. That's okay.
There are some places where they'll do, like, if you wait in line. No, it's fine. There are some places that, like, if you're like first in line for stuff, they'll give you like free stuff for a year, or like Krispy Kreme, you get like free Krispy Kreme for a year. Other places like that. So I've had some friends that have stood in line to get that kind of stuff, and that's I
did that for the CC's in the Colony, because corporate took over that one and they revamped the inside. It was a free personal pizza for a year, but it was just like once a month basically.
When I'm first in line to have sex with my wife, she hands me donuts too.
I'm gonna let that one lie, sir.
I don't know. All right, guys, weekend.
Wait, what happens if you come last? Or has that ever happened?
That's always a bonus, and then I get pizza on that.
All right, guys.
Too quickly.
I've got no F1 news. We didn't race last week. It was Bahrain. Is coming up this week. The track looks interesting, but so we'll have some more news on that coming up. So yeah, no news. Just a little bit of tech news, a little bit of F1. And I guess going into the weekends, wow, we're on a roll today.
Yeah.
I do have a Mad Libs book if y'all are ever interested in giving me a word or two. I don't know why, but yeah, well, maybe I can talk y'all into it some other day.
Mad Libs book. Okay. I haven't done Mad Libs in forever.
Yeah, give me a plural noun, quick.
People.
Boobs.
I like the first one.
People boobs.
Alan, real quick, an adjective.
Green.
Green.
Yes.
And I need one more noun from the bottom two guys, since y'all both gave me boob. I went with boobs. I don't know why, because this is a man show.
Go ahead, JT.
Power bottom.
Car.
Car. Okay. We'll add a word each week or something. Well, one day we'll read it over.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
It's all pronouns and adjectives.
So far.
That's not how it works.
So my weekend was uneventful. If y'all want to go ahead, I'll wrap it up.
Sure. I'll start out. We didn't really go out. The only thing we really did this weekend is we went shopping. Yesterday, just went to Target and to Albertsons, stuff like that. And because it's a holiday week, we went ahead and we usually go shopping once a week. So we decided to just go ahead and double up and get 2 weeks worth of stuff that we need. And they are out of toilet paper.
Seriously?
Again, dude. Yeah,
why?
it was so we usually have, we've had a standing order through Amazon for, I don't know, a couple of years now. Every 6-8 weeks we get like toilet paper or wipes or whatever delivered to the house. It was easier to do that way. It was easier to take care of. And for the second time since the pandemic started, they are unable to fulfill our order. So it was like, okay, so we went to the store, and it is like, we went to Target and it was bare. There were, I thought on the very top shelf in the back, there were 4 packages of like dude wipes. And so I bought those because there was nothing else there. There was no toilet paper. And when we went to Albertsons, there was a guy, and we saw him take the last 3 8-packs of toilet paper.
What are you gonna do? You live in the bathroom, bro?
It's just again, I thought people would have realized that this is not the stuff that you need to, hold on to, because the grocery stores, let's say we did shut down again. The grocery stores never closed.
No.
The grocery stores never closed. Convenience stores never closed.
Yeah.
So why are you doing this? There was no reason to do it, and they're doing it again. So yeah, if you need to go get ass wipe paper, I would make sure that you get some on hand and keep it in stock, because it's ridiculous.
2 weeks of COVID here and never pooped myself, so I didn't need any toilet paper.
Listen,
I think if you poop yourself, wouldn't you just jump in the shower?
Yes. Hey,
if you don't have toilet paper, we've already discussed this. You got a bunch of socks and a washing machine.
That's right.
Just saying.
A lot of my socks have holes in them, so
I mean, I bought
that
like,
gives you a little goosey goose.
I bought like a whole bunch of toilet paper like 2 years ago, and I'm still running off of Amazon. So, but single guy, so
Yeah.
Single guys, all the single guys.
We didn't really do any much after that. We just kind of hung out at the house. Still watching The Expanse. Man, that show I love that show. I'm in season 4 now. Season 4 of 4 so far, and season 5 is supposed to come out in December. So, did any of you guys start watching?
Yes, I have.
Nope.
What? Where are you at?
Season 1 still, like episode 7.
Okay.
It's but like Justin, like you said a couple of weeks ago when you first started, it's easy to get to watch like 3 episodes a night. Easy. And even then it's like, it's like 12, it's like 11:45. Yeah, I'll get one more episode in. I'll watch.
How long are the episodes?
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
40 minutes, because the first 3 seasons were on sci-fi, so there's good breaks in there for like where they would have gone to commercial. It just kind of transitions to other stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys, as the series starts picking up, season 2, season 3, like it's one of those things, like it moves fast. It starts moving like episode to episode, a ton of stuff happens. The first season, you're kind of world building. You know what I mean? You're trying to figure out how stuff works within the show itself. But once that first season's done, it moves so fast. It's so cool.
The part that I'm on right now, they're headed to Tycho Station.
Okay, they're headed to Tycho Station. All of that becomes even in season 4, all of that stuff is still very relevant.
Really? Okay.
All of that stuff is still very, very relevant.
All right, cool.
It's very, very cool. There's characters that you haven't met yet that you're gonna love when you meet them.
The one lady, and I don't know what her nationality is, but she has like she's got a very distinct voice.
You're talking about the woman that she plays like the undersecretary in the UN.
Yeah.
I've seen her in many things, and I had to look her up. But she's Iranian, so she's Palestinian.
Yeah, she's her voice was in Destiny 2, the video game.
Yeah, very.
Lakshmi 2, which is one of the Exos in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I remember hearing her voice, and I was like, "Wait a second, I've heard her voice before." Yeah,
I've heard that voice.
No, but I've been watching The Expanse and just kind of chilling out. It's so good. It's a really fun show. I like the way they do all the space stuff because the physics that they do in space are, they work really hard to make it look like real space. This is what would happen. This is how you would have to move a ship. Like they did. Was it the first episode where they did the flip and burn? Yeah, it was the first episode. They did that flip and burn, that turn and burn, and it was like, and you see the stress on their bodies from the G forces, all of that kind of stuff.
I feel stress on my body as well sometimes.
I will say this, and this is a fun thing to look toward in season 3. About halfway through the season, everything changes.
Okay.
Like you get to a point where you're like, all right, well, this should be done now. And it's like, no, they just jump like 7 months in the future, and it's like, this is where you are now. It's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anything else for your weekend, sir?
No, sir. That's about it.
All right. So for my weekend, Shannon and I went and got COVID tested. We are negative.
Did you come into contact?
Just to be on the safe side. I mean, well, with everybody getting
Did you do rapid test or what?
I saw the rapid test. We saw Scott at church 3 weeks ago.
The day before.
Yeah, and then I gave him a quick, and we gave him a hug, and like we're right into service after that. And then I think the next day Scott was like, "Hey, guess who's got the COVID?" And we were like, "What?" So we went.
We didn't make out because that would have gotten you.
That would have been But
it's COVID, not COVID. Mono, dude.
Oh,
both.
Okay, so we could.
Well, we can try next time, Alan, if you're interested.
I say go for it. I say live your best life.
Yeah. So we
challenge accepted.
We went and got COVID tested. We're both negative. So I told my mom, we're like, "Hey, guess we're gonna go get COVID tested." And she was like, "Why?" And then we told her, and she was like, "What are you guys doing? You guys got to get it together. You can't be hugging people at church." I was like, "That's just what we do." She's like, "Why?" So a lot of stress on her. She brought breakfast on Saturday and like dropped it at the door and ran back to her car just about. She really did. She literally did. I was at Rudy's in the morning on Saturday. We are actually reading a book called Make Your Bed.
Great book.
It's really good. So we read the first 2 chapters this week. We're supposed to read chapters 3 and 4 and then discuss those on Saturday. It's good. It is a good book. And it's really just about the first thing I got out of the first 2 chapters was obviously make your bed, start your day with a win. And then the second chapter was about the raft and, you can't do everything by yourself. So if you have people with you, if you can get people with you that are in, heading the same direction in life in general, then you have somebody else to share your burdens with and also share your triumphs with, so and so far it's really It's a really good book. I actually have like 3 more books I need to buy just to read from like discussions with other people. So
I have bought that book 7 times, handed it out to 6 other people. I've got the hard copy, the audio copy. It's a great book, man.
Yeah.
And
it's an easy read. It's
yes,
not thick at all. So I mean, and it's super easy to understand.
Something I've never heard about myself.
You're not going to like beat yourself up over. It's 130 pages total. So yeah. Yeah. So I've got like 3 more books I need to purchase and just kind of expand my library. I actually don't do a whole lot of reading except for like internet news and, you know, blogs and stuff like that. So I figured to actually get some books that I can read and, you know, maybe learn something from, or some, not necessarily self-help, but like, you know, better myself kind of things. And I don't know, I feel good about it. So I'll start doing that. Sunday was church. Well, Saturday, I don't think, what else did we do on Saturday? Friday, the other thing I did, I put all the junk back on my car. The dealership lost another, there's a little foot thingy that goes on my master cylinder brace. And every single time the dealership, not that just a dealership, any shop that I take in my car to, and they end up doing something with the master cylinder, that little bitty foot, they end up losing it every single time. So I like gorilla glued it on this time, just like, hey, if anybody does anything with the foot again, it's not going to go anywhere, and I don't have to pay $20 to get another one.
Is it an aftermarket part, or is it a stock part that they keep?
No, it's an aftermarket part.
All right.
From Radium Engineering.
I don't understand what are they doing with the master cylinder?
So the dealership had to pull the motor.
Yeah, but other times
do the timing components. The other time I took it to all-wheel drive tuning, and they were messing with it was right after I installed the air oil separator, and I just had a question about the way it was acting. So they took it apart and looked at it and all that stuff, and lost the foot. So yeah, those are 2 times. I'm not losing it again. Other than that, Saturday I put the tumble generator valve deletes back on. Car runs great. I'm waiting on a Black Friday sale coupon from Cobb Tuning so that I can order a front mount intercooler, but we'll see what happens. Past that, Sunday, went to my parents' house, went to church on Sunday. And Anna, Melissa. And then, actually, yeah, it is Anna. And then, so we went to Grace Point Family Church in Anna, and then came back home, just ate lunch here real quick, went to my parents' house, hung out with them, dropped the baby off. So he's there for the week since daycare is closed. And so it's quiet here right now.
So are you guys...
My Xbox Series X, it is fast.
So are you guys going to have Thanksgiving with your parents, or are you not going to do that?
Yeah, so my mom works on Thanksgiving Eve.
Mm-hmm.
She works on Wednesday night, so we're going to go there Thursday, have Thanksgiving with them, stay the night there, and then leave on Friday and go. We've got Thanksgiving to go to like 2 other places. So yeah, I'm also glad, like JT, what you were saying, thankful for the Black Friday sales not being on Black Friday. I'm actually glad about that. I'm very happy with it, but at the same time, I don't really have anything to go buy. I mean, right now it's just like, I'm trying to do Christmas shopping, get that out of the way. So I've got Shannon's stuff already. She already knows this. I've told her. I've got Shannon's stuff already. I need to pick up something for my mom. I need to find something for my sister and my dad. But yeah, little guy's got a whole bunch of toys here. And he's got a tablet that's like sitting in packaging, this thing. And then we've got a Mandalorian stuffed animal thing for him, the kid. He'll be very happy with that. He's already seen it, but we hit it again, so he doesn't know where it's at. But yeah, that was the weekend.
Very nice. Very nice.
JT.
What did I do? Went to the UNT game on Saturday.
I got one more thing.
How was live sports?
Well, I mean, I guess they took a page out of Jason Garrett's playbook. I mean, they ran the draw like 80% of the time. It's ridiculous. The same play.
How many people were in the stands?
I would say like 50. I mean, maybe like 300 people total. It wasn't very much. I mean, supposedly it was televised because they're playing Rice, but I mean, it was all right. I mean, it's just fun. The weather was great, hanging out outside. You know, we're all socially distanced, day drinking because it was a noon game or a 1 o'clock game.
I love day drinking.
So I got started a little early, celebrated with one of my friend's wife. She passed the SIT exam, so she's on her way to RPLS licensure. So we were celebrating with mimosas.
I don't know what any of those acronyms mean, but congratulations to you.
They sound hard.
UIT, LBC, OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
That's right. so that's kind of what we were doing. Saturday, just hung out during the day, and then after that, we had an early dinner at Chewy's. So Sunday, just kind of hung out and watched football. Cowboys finally won. So it's a pretty chill weekend. Been doing little happy hours here and there for FYP or other things, but doing the responsible thing, wearing my mask or being far away from people.
Right on, man.
Simple.
Scotty, too hotty?
Oh man. I said I didn't do much this week, but I did read a book, Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. And I don't know about y'all guys. He's a weird individual person for me, right?
Oh, he's real weird. He's real weird.
He loves the bongos.
I don't know if I've always thought, is he too weird? But dude, reading this book, having him read it to me. I don't know that it would do the same, but yeah, went through a kind of what was the term that he used that just kind of defines how I think about him. But reconnaissance. A little full of himself, but man, I like his movies. Actually watched Free State of Jones. I think that's what it was called this weekend.
Yes, Free State of Jones.
Really good movie. So yeah, Green Lights, man. Highly recommend it. What else did I do? We watched The Mandalorian, which I'm sure we'll get into later. And then went back and watched Rogue One. And I would have to say that I think that's, I don't know if it's just because it's the beach, but I think it's the most beautifully shot Star Wars. I don't know why. I think it's a really well done. I think it's probably one.
Is that the one where the dad gives her the plans or tells her about the plans? Okay.
Yes.
So it's in between 3 and 4, the timeline on that one. Really good. Then I don't know what it is about young Sheldon, but I watched the whole series, first 3 seasons of that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's a Texas, sitcom, takes place in Texas or whatever, but I really enjoy that show. But yeah, so that was all my weekend. Next weekend I will have something done because I am not sticking around.
Right on. Next weekend, I don't know. One of these weekends I actually need to do my oil cooler.
Or are you guys
I'm gonna wait.
Taking the whole week off or
cold outside? No, I gotta work.
Same.
I get to work.
Off Wednesday through Friday.
Yeah,
I'm just off Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Ditto.
I'm like Justin, Thursday, Friday.
Well, it's because we can't go anywhere really.
I don't know. Where do you want to go? I mean, to me, not that I'm not downing anybody that wants to go somewhere, but from my standpoint, I'm like, well, where am I going to go?
It's like, because I have family that lives in Houston, so it's not too far away when it comes to the holidays. But
no, that's different.
But nobody wants to do anything because they're kind of, and rightfully so. They have younger kids, and my aunt and uncle are like 70 something, so we're just gonna play it safe this year. Yeah, it just sucks I don't get to see them.
When you say where would I go, do you have how much vacation time? Did you start this year? Was this your first year?
Who? Oh, me.
Yeah,
I started in January.
Okay. And how about the other guys? Y'all not have vacation days? If y'all don't lose them, you get to move them over? Or?
No, I'm a contractor still because I should have been brought on 6 months ago per the contract that I went a part of. But of course, we are in quarantine times now, so all rules are out the window. I don't have PTO. So it's
I have
work
2
or
days.
don't get paid. You have what?
2 days.
That's
You
it.
only have 2 days?
Yeah, because it accrues.
Because you accrue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, if that's you have 2 days left because you've taken other days off, right?
No.
You only get
He
2
has not
days
taken
of PTO.
any time off.
I haven't taken any time off. I
You
got
only
my
get-
2 days in like August is when I got my first.
Well, plus he gets every other Friday off too, right?
That's also
Oh,
true.
okay. All right. Well, it's one of those things. We thought about it, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it. We thought about going to Florida. We thought about going to Seaside, Florida, and renting a condo, and just
With your sister, right?
This would have just been the three of us, just the family, just
Okay.
my three. Because if we're gonna be doing the same stuff that we would do here, it would just be not, it's like we could do it at the beach, but we just decided, we'll stick it around at home because we would just be in the condo and then we would go out to the beach, which would have been really nice to do, but maybe some other year. It would have been real hard for me to get any work done.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna play. Yeah, I got a beach outside. I ain't going to work.
Yeah, man. Those pictures. Man.
My internet connection is. Yeah, I can't.
There's seagulls in your house? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a real bad seagull problem at my house. I don't know. I'm real sorry about that, boss.
I did get a little piece of tech today. Actually, it showed up. My Amazon Halo band, which is their Whoop competitor, more or less, showed up. Yeah, it's a
$30 subscription, right?
No, $5 subscription. Or
that's pretty good.
It's either like 3 or 5. You pay like $60 for the band, and then obviously the wristbands and stuff they sell separately, but it comes with a band and the charger, and then the rest of it it's just a subscription. You pay like $3.99 a month or something.
What does this do?
Is there a subscription for the?
It does, from what I understand, and I've never used the Whoop app or anything like that, but from what I understand, it's exactly like the Whoop band.
Whoop.
So tell them what it is.
So the Whoop strap, what it does, it tracks sleep. It does like strain. So based on how well you sleep, it tells you how hard you should work out the next day. It also takes into account like, hey, do you drink a lot of caffeine? Well, you're gonna sleep like shit, so you can go to bed earlier. And so it does a lot of that. There's a lot of metrics and stuff that it outputs through the app and tells you. And from what I've heard, like everybody that uses one, there's a couple guys at the church that use it in the marriage class, and they love it. I mean, they're showing me graphs and like pie charts, and I mean, they're nerding out over this stuff. And these aren't to me, they're not tech guys. They're just, they see all the data and everything. They're like, oh, well, now I know like how much sleep I need to get. I need to know how much I know how much, how intense my workout needs to be the next day. So Amazon has their own version called the Halo, Amazon Halo. So it's essentially the same thing. It's a little strap right here. No screen. There's a little button on the side. So Amazon's does one thing different. Amazon's app or strap will do tone, so it'll listen to your voice throughout the day and analyze, your tone and tell you like if you're stressed or if you're not stressed. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to tell you at the end of the day, but I haven't quite figured it out. I just got it today. So
how hard are you supposed to be working out there, Alan?
Probably really hard because I haven't done anything. Well, and we're going to do SoulCon starting January. So,
oh, yay.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it because I've gotten fat. There's other reasons why too, but yeah, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to getting back to it. I get winded now just walking up and down the stairs.
I do too. I go like walk up the stairs. I'm like, what is going on? But there's other stuff. So one thing that I think that guys don't talk about a lot is testosterone. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there now. There's a lot of guys that I think that don't talk about testosterone a lot. And I think it's some weird, like, I don't know, from what I gather, it seems to be like really hush-hush. Dudes don't want to talk about it. They don't want to, or it's just, maybe we just don't share very well, which is.
I go every Monday, just no one's ever asked me.
So I haven't had my testosterone shot. I'm on TRT, and I haven't had it since July. because also when you're on TRT, it drops your sperm count. So you cannot, it's very, very hard to conceive a child. So Shannon and I are trying to conceive a child. So doctor was like, hey, no more TRT for you. And I'm like, no, because I actually do feel a lot better on it. Like without the TRT, it just sucks. My mood sucks. I'm cranky. I'm tired. I don't have any motivation to like, I'm going to go work out. I'm like, no, I'm just going to sit here on the couch today. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I don't know why I continue to take testosterone. I don't notice the difference. Other than, you know, I feel like a 13-year-old kid walking around the day of and after. I'm like, no, I'm not walking up to the board. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm going to stay right here. I'll answer from here. Yeah.
Are you experiencing back knee?
No. Okay, so maybe like the very first, once I'm on it regularly, no. But when I go on it after we have a child, when I go on it again, yeah, I'll have a little bit, not a lot. But I mean, usually with the TRT dose, it's not a lot that you're getting anyways. It's just to get you back in your normal range. So yes, I mean, technically, yes, it is steroids, but at the same time, it's not like a steroid dose where you're getting 500 milligrams every week. It's more like 100 to 200 milligrams.
Yeah, I would agree with that. When I first started, I did get the back knee, and every once in a while it'll break out, but not very often anymore.
No.
Although this past 2 weeks, I'm just covered in these red dots. I don't know what that's from. I don't know if it's from the fevers.
Bed bugs. No, I don't know.
Measles?
No, they're going away. They're going away. So I'm not concerned about it. And it was right around the neck and on the chest, little red dots. My wife said there was some on the back, but I think it was just from COVID and the fevers that I was running daily. So, but I don't know where we were going with that one. Sorry. Squirrel.
That's all good. But yeah.
Well, is that break time? We come back and have our
Sure.
All right. We will see you on the flip flop. Who says that? Who says that?
That's me.
Sorry, I just took
that's
your
mine.
line.
You did it back poorly, so it's fine.
If I'm going to do it.
He's not concerned that you're going to steal it.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll see you in a minute. And we're back.
And we're back.
Who's that from? Because it does remind me of a.
It's an old SNL sketch that Jimmy Fallon was on, where he was. Huh?
Yeah, Ben Affleck did one too. With him.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck.
Who's he? He's with the younger chick now.
Is he? Congratulations to him, I guess.
So, everybody caught up on the Mandalorian?
Yes.
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 What y'all think of this week's episode?
He's a girl.
Very cool. I was very impressed with who the director was.
Yes, me too. Huh? Hey, real quick, I wanted to show you this. Did everybody see where she's about to walk out?
Horatio Sands, by the way.
He watch this flinch he gives her. Did you see it? Just cracks me up.
Wait, he did what now?
So watch the Mandalorian. Empty, right? And watch him flinch. I was like, did anybody else catch that?
I didn't. No, I did not until you showed it. It's funny.
There was another thing that he did. Not that he did, but there was another thing. So you remember when Game of Thrones had like a
coffee cup? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Mandalorian had something similar, not a coffee cup, but there was one of the stage crew was in the background in one of the shots.
Yeah, you can see a guy and he's like in t-shirt and jeans, and it's for a split second.
It's for a split second, yeah.
No, I thought it was great. The fact that Carl Weathers directed that episode is absolutely amazing.
Now, tell me who Carl Weathers is, because I'm not up on this.
Apollo Creed.
Flogged.
Okay,
okay. You know the guy who's with him? That's not Gina Carano or Horatio Sands.
Yeah,
that's Carl Weathers.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No,
yeah,
I had no idea.
No, that's Carl Weathers. But he was
He was hilarious on Arrested Development as well.
He was Apollo Creed.
He had the wooden hand from Happy Gilmore.
He was it Dutch? And he was Dutch in Predator.
Predator. Yep.
You know, like the man hand. That's Carl Weathers.
Okay.
Yeah. So he directed this episode, and I thought it was super cool. Like the speeder bike chase that they did in the scene was super cool. It was really. I will say that this, and I didn't notice it in the first season as much as I have in the second season.
Sorry,
it seems to be
awesome.
Yeah, it seems as though it's pretty formulaic right now, where it is, oh, you want something? Sure, you can have this something, but you have to help me with this first.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I love the show. It's great. It's not going to get me to not watch it, but it's just at this point, it's kind of, pretty formulaic, and it wasn't that formulaic in the last season. I think in the next episode is when we'll get to see Ahsoka Tano, which is going to be super cool. And
I still need to go back and watch all those animated versions.
So do I, but there's so many. I think Star Wars, like the Clone Wars, had like 7 seasons.
Well, and one of them was a movie too. Whatever it was. Yeah,
Rebels. I think I can't remember, but there's a lot in there.
Did y'all catch that joke that Horatio Sanz did about safety? So, like, there's a running joke through Star Wars because there's never any rails.
Yeah, the rails.
Oh, yes. Things. He's like, there's not even any safety rails here. No, Horatio Sanz is perfect for that character. It was great.
I didn't even recognize him.
One of the things that I didn't notice, or the reason, or I didn't realize, so at the end when they come in, when you see the stormtrooper, or not stormtrooper, you see the X-Wing pilots there, one of the ones that was like kind of playing cop a couple of episodes back.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when Mando got to town and he walks in there, Horatio Sanz' character, that he's calling in the Razor Crest. Yeah. He's calling it in, like, hey, I think it belongs to this, and that's when they walk in. I had to go back and rewatch it, and then I noticed that. I was like, oh, because at the end I was like, why are those people there? They don't know what's going on. Do they just hear about the exploding, Empire base? What was all that about?
And then I did like y'all talked about it, but the from the last episode and this episode, that the Asian New Republic pilot, he's off of Kim's Convenience.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty big show in Canada. But he's a nerd, so like they said when they were suiting him up for that last episode on the ice planet,
mm-hmm.
like they didn't have the right helmet or something, so they gave him another helmet, and he knew instantly it was actually from the actual Star Wars movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he started tearing up because he said he watched Star Wars with his dad, and that's how he got into it.
No, so. Well, there's such a great history for Star Wars and Star Wars fans, and I think what they're doing with the Mandalorian right now is kind of stuff that they did with the animated shows, where they made the prequels make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the stuff that happened in that, and I think that's what they're doing with this, is they're making the sequels make more sense. So like in this episode, when you see, it's like, oh, they're trying to clone somebody and give them force powers, and that weird looking head on that clone in that tank looked kind of like Snoke's head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
and they're talking about the M count and why they needed the child, and you're like,
yes, I hate the M count. Go fuck yourself, M count. That still pissed me off. That's one of the things that I can't forgive.
Midichlorian, just say midichlorian. I don't know why they said M count.
Because if they said midichlorians, every Star Wars nerd in the world would have lost their mind, because like,
they're
oh, well, now
subtle.
Well, no, yeah, they're trying to be subtle, but that was the thing that, for the original trilogy, those three movies, it was like, it's just the Force. It's like, it's good and evil. It's balance of the Force. It's great. And it's like, oh, it's midichlorians. There's this little bacteria that live inside you that give you these powers. And it's like, come on.
I've got them.
Now the space magic is
No, you have COVID.
Oh.
It's not the same.
It's not the same?
No. I mean,
so the other thing I like too is like going back to that little speeder bike scene where they take the giant little tank thing and kind of fly off the edge, and then the speeder bikes follow. All too often in those movies, but all too often in those movies, the bad guys do the same thing, and then like they all survive, and you're like, how is this possible? Surely somebody's got to crash. And then the fact that here you had the stormtroopers actually crash, I was like, okay, that was actually funny to me.
Yeah,
I was like, look at these guys.
So can y'all tell me a little bit about the Dark Troopers?
They looked like Vader to me. That's what I thought.
African American troopers.
And I just read that they were Dark Troopers, so I was like, okay, I don't know what the Dark Troopers are.
I saw some stuff, and the Dark Troopers, they first showed up in video games a couple years, like back in the early 2000s or late 90s, early 2000s is kind of where it came from. They've never been seen like on screen before, and when Disney took over Lucasfilm, they weren't canon anymore. They were extended universe, so they're kind of bringing that back into canon now.
Going back to when I watched Rogue One, I actually saw some of them jumping out of one of the vehicles and stuff, so I was a little confused because I thought this was, I don't know, maybe they haven't really on this said that this is where they started. I did. So
Dark Troopers are droids.
Okay.
So, and I think there's a difference between Dark Troopers and Death Troopers.
Yes.
So Rogue One, the black stormtrooper outfits, those were Death Troopers. They weren't Dark Troopers.
Oh, okay. Oh, so much.
Listen, it's getting into Star Wars lore and fandom and stuff like that. It's like getting a fucking PhD. There's so much that you have to know. And you can forget. My best friend in all this stuff has been YouTube and looking up stuff to where it's like, there's several different YouTube channels out there that are like Star Wars theories and stuff like that. And it's like, and they do that kind of deep dive into stuff where it's like, what do the different color lightsabers mean? Or what, because they've gone through and they've read all the books and they've read all the comics, and they can go and give you that kind of in-depth, like, this is what a Sith holocron is, and that kind of stuff.
I did something a little different this time, so I watched it regularly, and then let me share the screen again. Then I added audio description. Nope, y'all can't see yet. Went from English to English audio description. It's really interesting. So as the movie's playing, there's a voice that tells you what's going on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. Or not strange. It was kind of a cool way of changing the pace up. I actually took notes on this, thinking I'm going to be able to talk about it more.
Take notes. That's fun. As long as you're having fun with it, who cares?
Yeah.
That's I just want to enjoy. I just like it because it's a great show. I mean, there's a lot of lore and stuff behind it, but it's just they're finally getting it right. Do you know what I mean? They're finally giving Star Wars fans what Star Wars fans have wanted, but you couldn't do that in the movies because the movies are too short. You can't get all of that information across.
Well, I think it also plays.
What
you're talking about is it plays into the cartoons as well.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what what they're looking for, and I think I said last week is this feels like it could have been a cartoon as well.
Definitely.
When you say formulaic, I kind of thought last year was formulaic. It was kind of the same kind of thing each week, maybe a little different, but. But I love the show. Don't get me wrong. I look forward to it.
The reason I disagree with that is because last season seemed to be like a lot of bottle episodes to where it was like, why are they here? Why are they doing this stuff? I mean, they're on the run, but no one was, I mean, people kind of asked them to do stuff, but like take the one where they went to the they had to help or they tried to get that guy to escape. You know what I mean? Well, he needed repairs on his ship and he needed money, so he went to that guy. That made sense. Where this one is like everywhere they go, it's like, yeah, I can tell you what you want to know. I can tell you what you want to know, but you got to do this for me first.
Yeah, help me with my mission. It's like, what mission? That's not part of the deal. It's like, well, I guess you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah, and I'm a little tired of that right now, and I'm hoping. I mean, we're only 4 episodes into this season, and it's going to be 10 episodes, which is usually what it is. So hopefully, that starts to go away.
What else? I
don't know, man. I don't have a lot this week. It's been a crazy week. My work stuff's been really weird. We're in the middle of a very strange transition that my boss doesn't understand yet, because 5 of his people have been taken away from him, and I am one of those 5 to work on a different project. But yet he's still trying to give everybody work, and it's like, no, dude, we don't report to you. And it's one of those things where it's like, this is official. Like, we had his boss and him and the new guy that we're reporting to all come together with an entire team meeting and show slides of like, these are the people that report to him now, and they don't talk to him unless it has to do with like personnel request kind of stuff, like HR problem, if you need to talk to human resources or stuff like that, or formally request your time off, that kind of stuff. And he's not getting it yet. So,
well, with this momentum, we want to go to the question wheel.
Bring it. I was just trying to fill. We didn't have to talk about that.
I have more questions as far as like Star Wars, but
let's bring it.
Well, no, I mean the other question I had was like, as far as when we saw the tanks and all that stuff, was that Snoke, or was that just like it's supposed to look like him, but it's not really. It's never going to be explained until like later when there's a 12th movie or something. I think
the scale was right. Snoke is a pretty big character, and that was about the same size as the Mandalorian and Carl Weathers and stuff, wasn't it?
I think it's supposed to be
just
alluding to it. Yes.
You okay?
Did a cabinet fall on her?
No, just pots and pans.
It was like one of the. It sounded like one of those
on her.
It sounded like one of those things, like the cartoon, like when they open the closet door and
everything falls out.
4 rooms full of stuff falls out. It's like, how did a beach ball get in here blown up? How was there why is there a canoe in this closet? How did it fit in this closet?
What's going on?
There's chickens? What?
Yeah. Did she say she found the remote? Was it in with the pots and pans? That's weird. That's really weird.
Hey, no, it's not weird if you have a toddler running around. It is not weird.
That's true.
You got to put things up where they don't necessarily go.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we have this magnet. This is nowhere have to do with Star Wars, but we have this magnet thing that we use we have these little locks on the cabinets that you have to use a magnet in order to undo it. Mm-hmm. And this thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
And so he likes to play with it, and I've noticed that like when I put it anywhere else except for this one part of the fridge, he's like, no, and he walks over and pulls it off and then sticks it back on this specific part of the fridge. Well, one day it just went missing, and we found it like 3 weeks later in like over here in his toy bin. We're like, what is going on? And like I looked for it, and I was like, where is this magnet? Like we can't get under the sink anymore until we find this magnet. It's like, the childproof locks are undoing.
Well, because you're supposed to take that and you put it up high on the on the refrigerator so that they don't see that.
Oh, he sees it and he's like, I'm like, what? No,
You hand him something else. Here, play with this lighter.
Play with this lighter.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not Snoke, but it's
No, I think
is
it's
it like evolutions of.
I think so. I think this is like the beginning stages of trying to figure that stuff out. So this is supposed to take place like 5-6 years after Return of the Jedi. So the Emperor is dead at this point. So I think this is where they're trying to. This is the last stages of the Empire before the First Order takes over or does whatever. So that's where I think we're seeing kind of where that comes from. Okay. Like this is the beginnings of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically they're trying to find a body that can house him, and that's why they're trying to use the blood transfusions, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because when we're seeing that part, I was like, oh, they're like explaining everything. And I was like, that's what they needed him for, the child. And I was like, okay.
So
it comes out on what, Fridays, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this election stuff? They're still counting votes.
Could we just...
I'm joking. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, how hard?
I know.
It's just a beating. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
It would be over if somebody realized they fucking lost. I mean, listen, dude. It's close to call. You don't want to. You want to do recounts and all that stuff. Fine, I got no problem with that. But stop saying shit's fake. Stop saying that shit is fraud. What the hell?
You have a large segment of the population that's going, it's fake, it's fraud. And you're like, no, it's not, guys. It's not fake. It's not fraud. Not in the way you guys think it is.
Just because you want something to be a certain way does not mean it is a certain way.
But his whole life, it's always been like that. I'm going to just say stuff until it becomes true.
Well, I agree completely with that. He gets to, I mean, he's acting like the CEO of a company that is being hostily taken over. He's fighting it tooth and nail, and because that's all he knows how to do. He doesn't understand diplomacy. He doesn't understand how any of that other stuff works. So,
yeah,
whatever.
All right, question wheel.
Question wheel. All right, let's do a little sharing of the screen. All right, weekenders, welcome back to the question wheel. Hey, we got 2 questions on the wheel from outside sources.
Oh, where did they come from?
Facebook. So after I introduce, I bring up the weekend wheel and say, hey, let me know if y'all got anything. So there's 2 questions added. John Bailey, which is my cousin, and Chuck Phelps. So welcome. Maybe they will get pulled today. So
are they viewers? Have they hit that subscribe button?
One of them has, yes.
All right. Well, let's keep those subscribers coming.
Yeah. So guys, subscribers,
Yes.
Anybody, if y'all want a question on the question wheel, just submit it on there, and we will
Subscribe to our episode, and we'll vet the questions.
Here we go. Oh, weak one. What's your pet peeves?
Weak one.
I don't have any pets.
Oh.
I think mine is not understanding what merge means on the roads. Like, I guess everybody wants one long line, unless, or the other option is maybe merge at where the merge point is, and then we can all kind of just get along quicker, right? I don't know, that is a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, I would agree. I highly agree with that. It's like, guys, you can't merge with traffic going 70 if you're going to go 40 or 50 on the access ramp. Speed up and merge.
It's like those people. It's like the people on the planes where they get up as soon as the the plane lands.
Yeah.
Just chill out, people. We're not going to get there much quicker.
You know what? I have an idea, and I think I've said this before. Like when it comes to putting people on the plane, if you let the back of the plane board first, guess what? Everybody gets in so much faster. But when you let the front of the plane in first, and then like you have,
well, that's what they do with when you have actual seating arrangements versus Southwest, where everyone just gets on and then they can't find a single seat and they start backflow. Yeah.
Every single time I bought a plane ticket, I've had to pick a seat. Every single time.
Well, and it's one of but they do that weird.
American Airlines, Delta. So
yeah, they do that weird zone thing, and they don't do the zones from back to front. They usually do the zones from front to back.
I need the first plane company that goes, hey, we're going to load the plane from the back to the front because we can get on so much faster and out of the base so much faster and get up in the air. They got my money.
Listen,
it's because with Southwest you have like priority, groups, but it's not according to seating. It's just whoever gets to go first, basically. Right. Which is ridiculous.
That doesn't make sense. But American Airlines, like y'all are saying, American Airlines boards, hey, group 1, and you could have any seat anywhere in the plane. It's just a priority. Hey, I'm, member 1, and I get to board first, but I'm sitting at the front of the plane. No, it doesn't make sense. You are absolutely correct. Board from the back to the front, and we'll be in and out so much quicker.
I do everything in my power. I do every.
Sorry, real quick. You have to make the people that are boarding the back put your bags in the back. Don't put them in the front. Don't be a jerk like that and put them in the front.
They always say just put your bags anywhere you find available space. Same thing. Just put it in and go.
I do everything I can to be one of the last people on the plane. Purposefully. Why? Because I can, as soon as they start calling people to go line up or whatever, I go to the bathroom. Why? Because it's going to take 10 minutes to load that plane. If I got to pee, it's going to take me a couple minutes. No big deal.
The way that they load the planes now.
Why do I need to stand in and as soon as they start saying like group 1, like it's a long ass line, and group 2, it's another long ass line. Why? I'm a grown ass man. I don't need to stand in line.
Ooh, that's
I know how to. I know what to do.
See, you're still
gonna. I'm still going to get on the plane.
First. I try to get on first. That way I go, drop my bag off, get on the side where nobody's going to bother me, put on my headphones, and then that's it,
Well, it also, I will say this. It also depends on what seat in the row I have. If I have like a window seat for whatever reason, I'm not doing that. If I have an aisle seat, sure. I'm just going to slip in there, throw my carry-on up top, throw my backpack under the bottom, put in my headphones, be on my phone, done.
With me, I'm a big guy, if y'all haven't noticed, and so I am one of the people that get on the plane first, so that I can put my bags in the overhead, so that I don't have anything underneath my seat because it is so cramped, so cramped.
No, okay. So pet peeves.
That's one of my pet peeves. Getting on an airplane. So stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid people.
You could do it more efficiently. Efficiency, people. Efficiency. Yeah. Let's work smarter, not harder.
Dial in the stupid people.
No, stupid people are my pet peeve. And I don't mean there's a difference between someone being ignorant, because ignorance is something that they just don't understand something, right? It means that they can be taught. I'm ignorant on how to do this process or whatever. And if I know what it is, I can help you to understand. That way we both get on the same page. That's great. I hate stupid people who just are stubborn or don't care or don't think, and it's just one of those things that's what they're going to do, what they want to do, because they don't care, and that's where I'm at, or they don't have the capacity to learn stuff. I've had to deal with stupid people. I've had to deal with, working in IT and stuff like that, when you get someone calls down and it's like, my monitor's not working. Okay. Guess what? It's fucking unplugged. Did you check the plug? Did you check to see if it was fucking that you have now wasted my time and yours?
It's those stupid people that drive me crazy, because when I call in for tech support, is it plugged in? Yes, I'm a technician. It's plugged in. I need help. Let's go further on. But yeah, it's the stupid people that causes those stupid questions at the beginning.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Like I've had,
put on your seatbelt, damn it.
Or it's stupid people in other functions where it was a tech guy who set up a computer and forgot to screw in the VGA cable in the back of the monitor. So now the person who's calling me doesn't know why their monitor's not working. It's like, what? What? How did you make that? I mean, it's one thing to make a mistake. It's another thing to, I don't know. That's the stuff that I don't have a lot of patience for people that are. It's one thing if you are truly ignorant about something, I can tell you have the capacity to learn, we can move forward. But when you just choose not to learn, nah, I'm done.
JT, what was your pet peeve?
It was the airplane.
Yeah, the airplane. Okay. God, that was a good one. Yeah. Stupid
Alan,
people all
what's
over
yours?
the place.
I would honestly, the ones we've brought up so far are all like on my list. I also don't like the fast lane, like the guy that wants to go 50, like, oh, I'm going to hold the speed limit in the fast lane. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Or so like once you get out like in between the big cities and it's like left lane is for passing only. And you have that one moron, the dumb person that's going to sit there and I'm going to go 50 in the passing lane. Get out of the way. That's when I ride the person, and then they're like, "Oh, I gotta get," and then I fly past. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then you see me like click on my blinker, and then I move over right in front of them. You're supposed to use it for passing. Don't sit there in it. If you're not gonna, if people are passing you on the left, or passing you on the right, there's a problem.
Have you ever gone on the shoulder to pass somebody before?
No,
I have.
I've wanted to.
I'm trying to think. No, I haven't. I have actually pulled over into the shoulder. Like if you're in a traffic jam and you see the people who are going down the shoulder to skip. Mm-hmm. I've pulled into the shoulder, like half in the shoulder, half out of half on the road.
They get mad at you.
That. Huh? Good.
And
that's fine.
I don't understand. It's like, why are you privileged to be able? Why do you think you're privileged to go on that side and just bypass all this? Why are you better than me?
No, exactly.
They're trying to bypass it so I can. Oh, I'm going to jump in later on the very end. No, that you're just making my line longer. What are you doing? Just wait in line like everybody else. I will.
That's what makes traffic take longer is because you get those dumbasses that wait till the end and then they cut in, and so you have to slam on the brakes. And everyone else behind you has to slam on the brakes.
So that's why I ride the person in front of me. And then as soon as they look over it, I'm like, no, back in line. Get behind me. You can get behind me. You're not getting in front. Get behind. Go back.
So let me go back to my pet peeve. That's kind of where I was talking about. So we've got construction in front of us, but you've got two lanes, everybody wanting everybody else to be in one lane. Now, if you break it up into two, but you use the merge point at the very end, and everybody merges, then it will flow nice and easy. It's just you got people up there that don't want to let anybody else in because they waited in the left-hand lane when the right-hand lane was waiting to. I just didn't understand the whole lets everybody wait in one long line. Now, the difference is what we were talking about is the side where there's not a road and people going by that. Those are asses. But I really feel like if you just use the merge point at the very beginning of the line and flow, that line will go so much quicker. But
it's like they put the signs like way far back. Just start merging then, guys.
You see it. You see everybody merging in. Why don't just go and start merging in?
Because you're still going at pretty good speed right there.
At the same time, I'm also part of the problem because I'm not letting the person merge in.
Well, I'll let somebody. I try to do the zipper thing where it's like, okay, one person goes and then I go, and then the next person and then the next person, and that's how
exactly how it should work.
That's how it should work. And the issue, one of the big things that I have is if you're trying to, especially when you're in traffic, you still need to leave space. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because if somebody runs up behind you, I don't want them to hit my car and my car to hit the person in front of me. Do you know what I mean? And it's the thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to give a car length and a half. You know, it's not a huge amount of space. What is that? 20 feet? Let's say 20 feet. Somebody's going to zip in there, and I hate that shit.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like, oh, I've got to, and it's like, well, there's no reason for you to do that. And it's always during traffic. It's always rush hour traffic that I see this bullshit happening. It's never when it's, easy flowing traffic. It's always when it's rush hour and people are, people are late for work or people are whatever, I can't.
Or you want to race me down because I'm in the middle lane and I'm coming up on a truck, you're in the left lane going slow. So I'm going to try to just pass you so I can get around both of you guys. But now you want to race me because you see I put my blinker on. That's another
thing. Dude, one time it was a on ramp, and this one guy obviously waited to the last second, and this guy wasn't letting him in, so they went 2 by 2 as far as they could before one guy finally had to relent. I was like, what's the point?
I've seen like other videos in I forget what country it is. I want to say it was like Germany or something, where there's an ambulance that was coming down the road with the lights on, so they were attending to an emergency, and the traffic there was so efficient. People got out of the way, immediately got out of the way, and not like what we do here. Here, it's just everybody plays bunch ball. I don't know what's going on the highways. It's like little kids playing soccer where everybody just crowds around the ball and you can't get anything done. In whatever country this was, I mean, people immediately pulled off to the side, and the ambulance had a clear shot right down the road to get to wherever they needed to go to.
Dude, yeah, like the other day, it was
like people were getting out of their cars to like, hey, you park here, park over here, pull in over here, and like it was so fast. Here, it's just I don't know what everybody starts to crowd and like nobody wants to let anybody else in, and it's like I got an ambulance right behind me. I'm holding up the emergency now. Get out of my way so I can let these people go by and handle their job.
Yeah, I was on Midway going to happy hour a couple weeks ago, and an ambulance came up. And like, I immediately pull over, into a driveway. I'm just seeing nobody's pulling over at all. They're just speeding up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you just pull to the right, guys, and let them go through.
It's all about their own movies. They're stars. Well, I have to take back my opening comment on this question. It actually was a pretty good question. Got y'all. I see y'all's Dandergall got up.
Well, I mean, it's just, especially when you start talking about driving in traffic and stuff like that. I mean, people just suck, and that's the thing. When was the last time that you were involved in a road rage incident? I say road rage where it's you and another person, not just you mad, but you and another driver either gesturing at each other or yelling back and forth at each other.
It's most of the time I just let it go.
Yeah, I would say it's been 10 years for me, and the reason is because I've got other things to do than be mad and get frustrated. So instead of I'm going to be first, it's like I'm not going to let everybody in, but I do the zipper. I do allow people to move in. I try to back up one car and move forward to where eventually that car on either side of me is going to merge in front of me. But I've already allotted that space for that person, and I manage that. And for some reason, that's helped me a lot. Just being a courteous driver has helped my road rage immensely. I don't have to be first. It's all going to take the same amount of time to get to that point. So, yeah, for me, it's been.
I just give them excuses like, "Oh man, that guy really needs to take a shit," or like
that's another way of doing it. Is I don't know what that person's going through. So maybe they're having a bad day, and me allowing them to merge or whatever it is that I'm allowing them to do helps them bring that down, so it doesn't their anger doesn't move or pay forward to someone else, and so on and so forth. So yeah,
no, that's a good point, because I mean, there, like you said, there's no telling what the person who we look at and go, man, that guy's driving like an idiot. You have no idea what their day's been like. I mean, I remember one time I was leaving work. We got off early from my old job before we moved to the new building, and driving down the road, and this one car flies by, and then like an SUV flies right after him. I'm like, oh, I guess that person's in a hurry or whatever. I see the cars next to each other, like driving down this curve, and they're kind of swerving a little bit. So obviously they're gesturing and talking to each other. We get down to the stoplight. The guy in the SUV is in front of me, and the car, like a silver Mercedes or something, was to my left. The guy in the SUV gets out of his car. He takes off his ring on his left hand, gestures it towards the car, and then tosses it into the lake, like behind me. And I was like, holy cow, this guy just caught his girl in a car with another dude. I don't know. So at that point, I was like, this guy's going to leave mad. And people, so I was like, okay, I understand. But yeah, so with that being said, I have no idea what other people are going through. So I do like the zipper technique. I try to do that myself. And there are a lot of times where I just go, like, I let my one person in, and everybody else, you guys can get behind me. I try to do that too. And the last time I was in like a road rage incident, I guess, would probably be when I was 20 something. We lived in Anna, and I remember driving down. I was just heading back home, and I was driving down 121 to 75. And I'm on 121, and again, it was like the left lane incident. Somebody's in the left lane. I'm going like 80 faster than everybody else. And this guy's in the left lane. He's, taking his time, not going incredibly slow or anything. So I go around him, and the next thing I know, like, now he's following me. Every single time I switch a lane, he switches lanes, and he's right behind me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So at one point, I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to slow down. Maybe the guy's in a hurry or something. So I slow down and pull off to the right in the middle lane, and he pulls up next to me. And next thing I know, he's like gesturing at me, and he's pointing, and I'm like, what do you want? And I was like, whatever, dude. Some old guy. So I was like, whatever, dude. So I speed up. Now he's following me, and he follows me like all the way up to Anna. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, go away.
The killer in the back seat.
I don't know, but every single time he pulls up next to me, he's like pointing at me and he's talking to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. And then there was another time when I was much, much younger.
Was your blinker on the whole time?
No.
I forgot to turn it off.
There was a time when I was much younger that I actually told somebody to pull over, and they did, and I flew right past them.
That was the last time that I had an incident, and it was last year, and I was going to record the podcast at your house. And there was a guy who was in a work truck in front of me, and he had the tailgate was down, and he kept stopping short. Like, he kept brake checking, and we're in traffic. We're not going anywhere. Yeah. And it was like, but it was one of those things that he keeps brake checking me. And luckily his truck was raised a little bit because my hood went under the tailgate because he kept brake checking me. Wow. So I honk. I didn't flip him off. I didn't, whatever. I honked at him a couple of times. We start moving. I get out from behind him because he's doing whatever. And as I pull up next to him, because my lane's moving faster, he has hit. I had, it was a nice day, so I had my windows rolled down. So he rolls his window down, and he's just cussing me a storm, and he's like, "What are you doing, motherfucker? What's wrong with you? Blah, 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 blah. You want to go? You want to go?" And I had one of those days. Uh-huh. And I just looked at him and I said, "I sure fucking do." And I pulled right over off to the shoulder. And he did not stop. And it was like, I sure fucking, yes, I do. Because it was, it was back when it was one of those where it was months of like working at a job that I hated, doing all of this crap. And it was one of those where it's like, do we get to do the man dance? Because I would love that. Even if I leave bloody, I don't care. Let's go.
Yeah. Every now and then I've had one of those days where I'm like, not today, not today. Somebody yells at me. Oh, I'm getting out of my car and I'm yelling back. Like, what are you going to do? You want to dance? Let's dance.
But
now everybody's got guns and it's scary.
Yeah. This is probably about 15 to 20 years ago. I got to that point. It's like, pull over, let's do this. Mm-hmm. And I got out of the car. I walked up to his door, and then he got out, and I was like, he goes, you got a problem? I was like, no. Well, I'm just wanted to see how tall you were, sir.
Uh-huh.
No, that was the last time I did that.
That happened to me once, where we got out and I was coming back from martial arts class. I was still wearing my gi. The guy kind of looked at me and just kind of walked off. I was like, all right.
Well, it's one of those things.
You have your black belt on?
Uh-huh.
That's right. All right, cool, man.
Was it just a
Good
yellow
talk.
belt?
I got all kinds of belts.
They had a stripe. It was fine.
I got a brown belt. It's leather. I got a black belt. It's also leather.
Yeah.
This
This one has a seatbelt buckle.
No, there was also a time I was in my 20s, and I was driving into Dallas for something, and I didn't cut anybody off or do anything like that. But it's kind of like one of those situations. I've had a couple of situations where it's like the dude behind me is just kind of nuts, you know, and starts wanting to race and starts doing the swerve into your lane kind of a thing. And it's like, and it's one of those things where it's like, I have no idea what's happening. It's like, I don't know why this is happening. It's not, and it's usually, it's like, there's not, it's like, if I did something, I certainly didn't do it intentionally. And I don't remember cutting anybody off, or I didn't brake check anybody or anything like that. I'm driving the normal limit, this normal speed limit, or doing whatever. And this guy kept coming by me, and he was in an old, like, I don't know, Monte Carlo or something like that. And we're not in the best part of Dallas. And he kept doing that stuff. And the thing that I did, and I was in an old, I used to have a Ford Ranger pickup truck. So I reached behind the seats and I pulled out my tire iron, and it was, it's kind of shaped in a certain, looks kind of like a long gun or something. And I just pulled up my tire iron and I just held it toward my passenger window. I don't have a gun on me. I had a tire iron. This guy hit the brakes so hard and pulled off. I have no idea where. I mean, he just ran. So it was like, okay,
yeah,
I've
seen a video like that where, the guy actually pulled a gun, but he had some guy who was, and it's on Instagram. I'm sure everybody's seen it. But the guy's driving like a BMW, or the two guys are driving cars. I don't know what cars they were, and the one guy's like just losing his shit behind this. So the guy's like, dude, what is going on? So they finally get to a point where the car pulls up next to him. The guy's yelling. They both got their windows down. The guy's yelling. The guy's like, and the driver who's recording this just pulls a gun and points it, and then yeah. But I was like, yep, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things I don't know. Yeah, it's very weird. And I know, and you're right. You never know what other people have gone through, what they've been dealing with, or whatever. But I try and give the other drivers the benefit of the doubt as much as I can, And it was like, when I honked at that guy, I wasn't doing it to be an asshole until I'm like, he kept short stopping. He kept hard stopping, and.
Yeah.
It was like I almost hit him a couple of times, and I wouldn't have hit him, or I would not have almost hit him had he had his tailgate up. So I just beeped at him, and it was like, what the heck? Why are you so off? But yeah, when it was like, you want to go? And it was one of those days. It was like, yeah, I sure do. I really do. And it's one of those things that's never the guy that you want to mess with, who is do you want to go? And it's like, yeah,
yep. Sure do.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So,
right on, guys. Well, that was the question wheel of the week.
Sweet. Anything else? Closing comments, guys?
Stay safe. Eat a lot of turkey. And get the itis. I mean, wait, this will come out before Thanksgiving, right?
No. After.
Well, hopefully you guys stayed safe.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully it was fun and not full of family drama.
Yeah. Well, here's the
bring
thing.
up politics this Thanksgiving. See what happens.
Bring it up. See what happens.
Well, that's the one good thing is, like, hopefully most people are having very small gatherings, and you don't have to bring up politics with like extended family, like Uncle Ron that you see once a year or twice a year at Christmas and Thanksgiving. So
everybody has like that one slightly racist relative, right?
No,
just deal with.
Yeah, I mean, my family's from the South. It's kind of, yeah. I'm redneck, just like once removed. I still got redneck cousins and stuff like that I just don't really talk to because I've decided I don't want to talk to them.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to email us at theweekenda2z@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, and Facebook at A to Z Weekend. Past that, you can go to anchor.fm/A to Z Weekend, where you will find all the 11 locations for our podcast. And you can search for us on YouTube. What?
Yeah, so I was just, that's 11. I'm just, sorry.
Oh,
11.
Yeah.
Please go to 11. Happy Turkey Day, guys.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the flip flop. Gobble gobble.
Pow pow.
Olive juice.
Hey, welcome to Costco. Love you.